Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is just a little after 6 p.m., and we have a quorum present. I am pleased to call this meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals for the City of Florence to order, and I want to thank each of you for attending this evening. Next item on this evening's agenda is the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on September the 4th, which I don't believe is a regular meeting, but
it was the rescheduled regular meeting, August meeting.
On September 4th, 2025. The minutes were provided to board members by city staff with sufficient time for review. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? There being no additions or corrections, the chair calls for a motion to approve or disapprove the minutes as presented.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying no. The ayes have it, and the minutes are hereby approved as presented. Third item on this evening's agenda is agenda item BZA 2025-15. This is a variance request, for a special exception use permit to operate a short-term rental location 353 Timrod Park Drive, tax map number 90076-04-005. Owner of record is a Melissa Gaffney and a Robert Klinkenbeard. Applicant will be Colin and Aaron Smith. Zoning District Neighborhood Conservation -6.2, NC-6.2. The chair will now recognize city staff to present the staff report on this case to the board.
Good afternoon. This house is located at the intersection of South McQueen and Timrod Park Drive, right across from Timrod Park, located in the Timrod Park Overlay District. Here's an up-close picture of it. It has a large house on it. The applicants are purchasing this house and closing on October 2nd. So, and they have the permission of the current owners to apply for this permit, and we've done this before. So it is zoned NC 6.2, which is a single and duplex neighborhood. And then again, it is right across from Timrod Park. The future land use for it is also neighborhood conservation. So the entire area is residential in nature. So short-term rental standards, we have a number of them that must be met to receive a short-term rental special exception use permit. And the purpose of requiring the permit in the public hearing is just to make sure that the requirements are met. The owners will be living full-time at the house, and they would like to rent out the attached mother-in-law suite as a short-term rental. Short and mid-term, if they find somebody that wants to stay there for several months, that would be perfectly fine as well. And it also could be rented out long-term as an accessory dwelling unit as well. So they've got plenty of parking in the side yard, as you can see here. So there's the front of the house on the upper left, and then lower right is the view from North or South McQueen Street. There is a ample parking off street, and then as you can see, there's an exterior entrance to the unit, but the owners would be right there on site, and they have agreed that they would keep a registry of people that are there, no parties, no events, all of that. So talking with them, I'm satisfied that they would be able to meet the requirements of the code, but they are here in case you have any other questions for them as well. But that concludes staff's report.
Thank you, Elaine. At this time, the chair will entertain any questions from board members for city staff. I do have a question. Has there been any comments, emails?
I spoke
Calls
to
about
I'm the liaison for the Timrod Park Neighborhood Associations, told them about it. Nobody had a problem with it. And I've received 2 phone calls from several of the more active members. They just wanted to know what it was all about. When I told them that they would be living there, they were like, oh, that's fine. They don't have a problem with it.
And you said association, is this in the HOA?
No, the Timrod Park Neighborhood Association.
Okay, so they don't have any covenants or anything
No.
that's,
No, it's just the meeting of all the neighbors.
so no neighbors has submitted any type of concerns?
I haven't gotten
other
anything
than just
negative
call
on
and
it.
inquire about it?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Elaine. Has has any property surrounding this had any problems with prior code enforcements regarding special exception?
No.
For short-term rentals?
There are, we've found a number of illegal short-term rentals in Timrod Park, and we're working on that. But this one would be in compliance.
And those are mostly discovered through neighbors or somebody calling?
No, those were just, we looked online
When they advertise for?
and looked at the Airbnb advertisements, and we had somebody spent several hours going through them and identifying them. And those were almost exclusively whole house rentals.
Oh, okay. Who else? Does staff find that the applicant meets all the ordinances standards for a short-term rental?
Yes.
Okay. Does the city staff, do they recommend anything for approval with any conditions?
I don't think so. The site lends itself very well to a short-term rental.
And the city may inspect if they feel like they're not complying with the permit.
If we get complaints from the neighbors, then codes enforcement would go out and confirm one way or the other.
So there's no regular inspection times, it's just
No.
based upon if there's any public?
Complaints.
Gotcha. Just for city staff, is there any potential benefits to the local economy in the neighborhood itself? You know, such as increased tax revenue or tourism or anything specifically stands out to the
I mean,
city?
one of the requirements is they do have to get a business license, so there's that. And then just the increased, hopefully, tourism of Timrod Park, encouraging that. I think we would encourage that.
Yeah, they'd be required to collect accommodation taxes and things like that, just like a hotel.
And with the recent medical training centers and schools, and especially downtown, push for more jobs, and McLeod being so close, as well as MUSC and the recent medical center they're putting up at Gregg, this would facilitate a lot more tenants that would need a place in the general vicinity.
Right,
Right.
absolutely. And it's in good proximity to our downtown as well, so.
And they have expressed interest in doing mid-length rentals as well.
And they would have access to our transit unit, as far as the buses or any type of. So this short-term rentals, does it help preserve this? Since this is an older neighborhood, does it help preserve the character of the district?
I've just found that it looks like short-term rental landlords take better care of the unit than tenants that are living somewhere long-term. So I think it would be a plus in that regard.
And is one of the requirements that y'all have in there, is it supposed to be owner occupied at all
Yes.
times?
Yes.
So that would be even more of an incentive
Exactly.
to keep up, tenants doing what they're supposed to be doing and using it for just the purposes of having an habitable
Exactly.
place. Very well. And I think you pretty much already answered this, but the compliance with the conditions that are already listed, they will be monitored and enforced only if it's found to be incompliant by reports.
That's correct.
Okay, they don't do an initial inspection where they go there and make sure it's all those are in compliant?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, that's the purpose of the zoning permit in the first place, is making sure they're in compliance at the time of issuance of the permit. 2 weeks from now, you know, we're not going to go and double check, make sure, are you still, but
So was there an on-site inspection, or this is all based upon the merits of the applicant itself?
yes.
Okay. Any other questions for city staff at this time? No? Thank you, Elaine. All right, there being no further questions for city staff, the board will now hear from the applicants, Colin Smith or Aaron Smith. One of y'all, if y'all like, or one at a time, you may proceed and provide any additional information you wish to share with the board. And please step forward, and I'm going to swear you in. This is a quasi-judicial hearing. Please state your name for the record and be sworn in.
My name's Colin Smith.
Colin Smith. All right, do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give before this board will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may proceed with the testimony.
I really don't have much to add other than that we are in compliance. We are familiar with running short-term rentals. We own another property that is in a mixed-use zoning, and we have learned that as short-term rentals, we maintain them ourselves on a daily basis, so we are in there cleaning every day. And the particular property that we have downtown, we have been able to see as we've improved our property, multiple homes along the street have also started to improve, which has been wonderful for our property, and then obviously the street as well. And then the ability for the short term, you asked about the tourism. We have a lot of people that do stay in our downtown property that do ask about how far it is from Timrod, or how far are the tennis courts or pickleball courts and things like that. So we do know that we have a lot of guests that come in that are interested in the amenities of Timrod Park, as well as our guest book that offers all the options for food downtown. People love eating downtown, so it's been great for that, and we're happy to be able to provide a place for people that are traveling 95 on a nightly basis. A place to stay other than just typical hotel, and then have an historic home right next to the park. We're excited about being able to have that available as well.
You mentioned your home. What year is that built? You said historical?
The one we're purchasing, it was 1936, I believe.
A couple more decades, you can apply that for the preservation.
We'll let our kids worry about that, and their kids and kids. Yeah. So that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you would remain up there and let me ask the board if there's any questions for the applicant at this time.
I have a question. How will you be advertising?
Our property,
rental,
it'll be listed on Airbnb, as well as a site called Furnished Finder, most likely, which Furnished Finder is geared more towards midterm rentals, where you have a lot of traveling nurses that come into the hospitals here, as well as students that find housing that way. One of the nice things about this property is it will allow us to have a slightly lower priced option for some of the students that are coming into town that can't afford some of the other places that are in the area, but still have a furnished full utility provided for them. But we will not have any signage or anything like that other than the house number outside. So.
And so you would,
Go ahead. Looking at your property, you have an attached site. Is that where your mother-in-law suite is? And that's
Correct.
what you'll be renting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Add on. Okay.
so it's an attached unit that would be rented or detached?
Yes, there's a door on
an
the inside
attached.
that connects them that is lockable. So they are connected, but
Okay.
can be locked out, secured.
And you will be responsible, or who will be responsible for managing the property and the tenants themselves?
No, my wife and I.
Your wife
Yeah.
and
We have 5 years of experience with this. We've been doing it, I believe.
And how many other properties do y'all manage?
We have one property here in Florence that has 3 units,
That has,
3 separate units.
so Troplex?
Yeah, it's a single-family home and a duplex, yes.
Okay. Is that in the city or in the county?
City.
City. So you have experience
Yes.
doing this?
Yeah. We're pretty much at our property nightly or daily, I guess every morning. And that is one of the things that has helped us with being able to weed out some of the lesser wanted guests, if you will, by being able to tell them that we will be on site frequently. We've had many guests that have requested, once they hear that, they will back out of wanting to come to our property because we will say that we'll be on property frequently. And those are the ones that are typically looking to do something that we don't want them doing at our property. So this one being tied directly to our house will help with weeding some of the locals that might look for a place for getting together or something like that. So,
Yeah, last I remember, there are frat houses and different type of affiliations with college in that neighborhood.
I think there was something on Coit a few
Yeah.
years ago. There was a frat house. I don't know if it's still there. I know the house is still there. I don't know if it's still frat house or not, but I mean, there's ours won't be that. I do know that.
Have you had a chance to communicate with your neighbors in regards to this and kind of get their feedback?
We have not, with the zoning meeting here. That was one of the things that I was looking forward to hearing, is what people had to say, and I was happy to hear that as long as we were in compliance with everything that the ordinance says, that everybody was perfectly fine with it, and that's what we had hoped for. We look forward to getting to know our neighbors, but since we are not living there yet, we have not had the opportunity to meet anybody.
And the city provided sufficient time to have the zoning tags out there and the
I believe
signs?
so, yeah.
And so,
They were there, so I assume so, yeah. We do know some people in the area, but we haven't heard anything from them specifically, one way or the other.
and as far as safety, I mean, are you properly equipped with the, simple things, smoke detectors?
Oh, yes.
And
Yes, fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide locks.
now, with the business license, do they actually have to be inspected by the fire marshal or chief himself?
We have, I don't know. I haven't had that happen with our other property that has business license, so. But we are in compliance with that.
And as far as the guest parking, you mentioned that's sufficient size, and you don't think there's going to be a problem with the lot size or the street conditions?
Correct. There'll be parking directly outside the door for our guests.
Now, that'd be on the street, or?
There'll be a driveway on the, is that the McQueen side of the house? And we will actually, as living in the main house, be using the backyard entrance, which is off of Parkview, as our driveway.
Yeah, there's quite a ample room. They don't make houses, lot sizes that
Yeah,
big.
it's a big lot.
What is it, a half acre or more?
I think it was 0.6.
0.6. From the pictures, have y'all been doing renovations?
We have not, no.
You have not? Is there any other questions for the applicant from the city board? None. I do have one more. Will all the performance standards for short-term rentals be met, and will you ensure ongoing compliance, including allowing the city to routine inspect, even though they indicated they don't go out for inspections, but you
Yes.
would be receptive to that?
Yes.
Very well. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your testimony. You may step down.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak in favor or for? There being none, the chair will now, The chair will now open the floor for public comment. If anyone present wishes to speak in favor or in opposition to this case, please step forward to the microphone, state your name, and be sworn in. Thank you for your attendance. This is quasi-judicial. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this board will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. You may continue.
My name is Sandy Feaster. I'm a resident at 316 McLeod Street, which is just around the corner from the property that the Smiths are purchasing. And I'm really delighted that someone's actually moving into the house. It's been vacant for a while, and just before the meeting, they were talking about, cleaning up the magnolia trees, and I think that would be, just having someone there to have additional maintenance and upkeep for the house. It really does add to the, the overall appearance of the neighborhood, which is one of the things that we are, very proud of, having, old homes. My home was built in 1915 and put a lot of work into it over the last 2 years since moving here to Florence. So I think it's a great idea, and I support all the reasons that both the chair and the applicants have stated as to the benefits of having a short-term rental. That's it. Thank you.
Let me see if anybody.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Is there any here on the board would like to ask questions to the applicant?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You may sit down. Is there anybody else that wishes to be heard in either favor or opposition to the special exception request? There being no further comment, the chair will now entertain a motion to either approve or deny the special exception request.
I'll make a motion to approve the request for a special exception use permit to operate a short-term rental for all the reasons stated, and incorporating the submission documents of compliance with the zoning and applicable ordinances, meeting those standards and conditions of the Unified Development Ordinance, and the public support, as well as the document submitted furtherance of the application. I'd ask and make a motion that it be approved.
And just to be clear, you're making a motion in favor with the conditions it meets all the compliance to the UDO and the city standards?
Correct.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
A second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please signify by saying no. The ayes have it, and the special exception request is hereby approved. Thank y'all for your time. Y'all more than welcome to stay if y'all like, or listen to the rest of it. Thank y'all. I do, one question, is that the house with the tree house? Is there a tree house in the front?
There is not a tree house in the front. There's two giant magnolias in front on the Timrock Park side, and then there's a two-story garage kind of on the Parkview side. It honestly kind of looks like a tree house because there's a tree kind of growing around it.
Okay.
But, okay.
Okay.
That is a really cool house.
They're just
Well, very nice. Thank y'all for your testimony, and thank y'all for attending tonight. Y'all have a good evening.
I'll send you your permit tomorrow.
Thank you.
And I'll be by and pick up the signs tomorrow.
Wonderful. Appreciate it.
There being no other items on this evening's agenda, are there any updates from city staff?
Just want to introduce Mr. Edwards, who's our newest, replacing Mr. Valerie.
Welcome, Mr. Edwards.
For all legal concerns, call him.
No.
We will rely on that.
Make sure that's on the record.
Attorneys on the board, that's right sometimes.
Two at that.
That's right.
I did want to clarify one thing. You had on there the next scheduled meeting is today. Do y'all have an update?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's October 23rd.
October
23rd.
23rd. Okay. I wrote that in to say, and I said, wait a minute, that's today, so, well, we'll get 2 of them done in one day.
That's what happens when you cut and paste a little too much.
Very well. Thank you. All right, since there's no other further business, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. We have a second? Second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed by saying no? The ayes have it. And on behalf of the board, I thank everybody for their participation, and the meeting is now adjourned. Y'all have a good evening.
So
All
the
right, thank you.
Smiths, they are the, like, premier photographers